People, we're back in Portsmouth, and this week we've got a guy called Lewis who's cycling from Portsmouth to Indonesia.
So I'm Lewis, I'm from Portsmouth. I left travelling 7 years ago, travelled over 36 countries, from like backpacking to building to working on super yachts. But then when I was travelling, I really found my purpose through giving back and like going to all these remote communities around the world. That's what my purpose was. But I can honestly say I'm not a cyclist. I really wanted to start my own non-profit organisation. So I was thinking how can I start this? You need money, you need donors, you need sponsorships. So I thought, set up an organisation called Belief Organisation Foundation, and now I've set a challenge up where I'm cycling from the UK to Indonesia. I think if you want something, you put your mind to it, it can happen.
Alright, welcome to the What's Going On show, man.
Thank you. Cheers for having me.
I'm looking forward to this one, really am. This is a different one, let's say that for sure.
Yeah, it's not a normal thing you do.
No, it isn't. Alright, cool. So, welcome to the What's Going On show.
Thank you.
Show where we shine a light on people doing things in communities, really.
Yeah.
And you yourself, you're doing something that we're going to go in a bit today. So, first things first. Instead of me giving you an introduction,
yeah,
I'd like to just give it straight over to you.
Okay.
So, who in a nutshell is Lewis?
So I'm Lewis, I'm from Portsmouth. I left travelling 7 years ago, travelled over 36 countries. It was quite a crazy travelling experience, to be fair, because I've started off backpacking around the world, and then went on to, I met a guy in Thailand called Pierce. He said, "Oh, come to Nepal." I was like, "What's happening there?" He's like, "Oh, we're going to build a school for charity from the earthquake in 2015. I was like, "Oh, right." I was super interested. I had a van I bought. I was more keen on building this van, but then when I come across this project in Nepal, I was thinking, I'll put my van to the side and I'll go check it out. 3 months in, I was like, "Mum, can you put my van in the drive?" I'm super clued to this experience in Nepal. So I ended up doing 6 months in Nepal, and it was totally eye opener. Climbing up this village in the mountains and waking up in a tent and then building schools. It's an incredible experience. And then after that, I went from scuba diving, went to Brazil, done my dive masters. And then I went on to working on the super yachts, and then I was thinking luxury and loss completely changed me. So I found my purpose in obviously giving back to the community and making the change. So yeah.
Alright, cool. So we'll dive a bit in that today. And cool. So you say you're from Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
So I was born and bred in Lee Park. It's quite bad back in the day, but it's every area's got a bad name for itself. It's not who you are, it's where you're from. And Waterlooville, based from Lee Park to Waterlooville.
Okay, interesting. So, did you always have a passion for or an eagerness to go travelling?
Not really. It was until I grew up a group of friends in Waterlooville, went to a lot of festivals, and there was hippies, MCs, DJs. It was a great bunch of lads, to be fair. And a few couples, a couple called Jake and Shuri at the time, they've just come back from India, and they was like, "Oh, you should go follow the hippie trail." I was like, "India? First country?" I was like, maybe. Done a little bit of research, and I was thinking, okay, I'm going to set a little challenge there. It's first ever country leaving England. I went from Delhi, one-way flight to Delhi, and then my second flight was from Goa a month later. So I set myself a challenge there, and I completed 10 cities. I went to Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, Pushkar, Jodhpur, Jaisalmer, Udaipur, Mumbai, Hampi and Goa. And then I flew to Thailand, and I was thinking, wow, that was an experience and a half. That really opened my eyes up. India is a great place, but at the same time overwhelming, smelly, dirty. The people are awesome. But yeah, it really opened my eyes as leaving for the first country, for sure.
Imagine, eh?
Yeah.
So what do you mean by open your eyes?
It's totally different to the UK, especially where I've not travelled, and I've just gone in and then it was complete boom in your face. It was an eye opener.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Okay, cool. So you go India, that's a big eye opener for you. Then you end up in Thailand. Now, how was Thailand? What was the comparison?
So I flew from Goa to Thailand, and my brother, his dad's married to a Thai lady, so I went straight to the village. So I went into like another little culture shock because it was totally different aspects to India. It was like more farmland, like Thai culture. Yeah, that was really, really good. And then obviously I went over down south after spending a week with him and his family in the village. I went down to the south, but then I had to cut across. I got a phone call saying my brother, he lost his leg, he was in a coma. So 2 days before Christmas, I was like, I'm done with travelling, I need to be there for my brother. So I flew back to England.
Wow, to be with him, yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh. So, okay. So you had that. So you come back to England. What was you doing at the time for work then? Was you just...
So I've always been like hands-on,
Okay.
creative, building work. So I've always started off like as a labourer and then self-taught, worked in many different trades. Was doing roofing for a fair few years, and yeah, just become a handyman.
Fair. So okay then, cool. So there's this whole period here where you're doing like this handyman stuff. You're probably doing a little bit here and there. You say you got into super yachts.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
So when I went off to Bahamas, see after my course in Brazil, doing my dive masters, slowly running out of money. I was thinking, right, I've got my dive masters. How can I make money? Can I work as a scuba dive instructor? And then I got an email saying, hey Lewis, COVID's still about, but we can open a project in the Bahamas, but it's only US citizens. But we can get the staff internationally. I was like, hey, what's the job role? Tell me a bit more depth. So yeah, they was like, okay, we need a site supervisor for the roofing teams. You can have 5 volunteers per day, and you get your own truck. And I was like, cool. So I was like 9 months in the Bahamas. And then I was like, I found a boat rental in the Bahamas on the weekends off. So I was thinking, okay, like what can we do like with the volunteers, like make them have a more of an enjoyable experience. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna rent a boat and take it out myself, and yeah, pretty drive it alright. So I ended up like planning weekends for the volunteers. Okay, let's like it's gonna cost this much, like with a massive discount, and then I took the volunteers out on the weekends. And then as I was driving around the marinas in like Hope Town and Marsh Harbour, I come across the captain. He was like, "Oh, you're driving quite a big boat there. Have you ever thought about getting into super yachts?" I was like, totally different aspect to me. Like I could check it out, look more into it. But at the time, I was so focused on making a change in the Bahamas, redoing these schools, rebuilding these houses for the communities. Not until that project finished, I then went back home. And obviously I'm from Portsmouth. I went over to the Isle of Wight and I looked at a course doing obviously working in the super yachts. So yeah, I spent 2 weeks learning how to work on a super yacht, got all my STCW, and then I went on to working on the yachts.
What did you do on the yachts then?
So I was a deckhand.
Okay. Yeah.
So I had a fair few jobs, fair few different boats. I was a deckhand dive master on one of them. I was a deckhand on one of them. I was a first mate on another in Thailand. I spent almost 2 years in Thailand, different boats, and then I got onto a 47-metre boat. It said, we're leaving from Thailand, we're going to sail Europe. So I was like, yeah. So I ended up jumping from one boat to another, taking obviously the best opportunity as possible, and then we sailed to Europe.
From Thailand?
From Thailand.
Jeez.
That was a sick journey.
Yeah, I could imagine. Well, what route did you take there? What route?
So we went from obviously Thailand, headed towards Sri Lanka, and then we went from the Gulf of Eden, through the canal, and then through Europe, through Turkey, through Europe. Yeah, it was. I can't really remember how long it took, but I think it was like 2 months at sea.
Wow.
Yeah, it was intense, to be fair. Like doing 6 hours on, 6 hours off in the captain's chair. Like yeah, it was tiring, but it was like yeah, wow,
worth it.
Yeah.
So you said that changed your life. That whole
like all the experiences I've done, like it's all like mind blowing and mind changing, like totally different like aspects, like from like backpacking to building to working on super yachts. But then like when I was traveling, I really found my purpose through giving back and like going to all these remote communities around the world. That's what my purpose was. But then once I realised this after I worked on the yachts, seeing luxury and loss, it completely changed me.
What do you mean by luxury and loss?
So like seeing luxury and seeing people who don't really have particularly nothing in life, like luxury and loss is like totally different waves there. So like seeing like people have money and seeing people who don't, that's really like eye opener.
It teaches us about like the fragility of life and yeah, I guess
It shows how grateful you are, like living in England to going over to like say Nepal or even the Bahamas where they have money, but as soon as like a hurricane comes, they don't have nothing. So it's no matter where you are in life, like you could have all the money in the world, but one click of your fingers, it can change.
you say you found your purpose, but let's say in another world you didn't. Like what when you set out to travel, was that your aim to find your purpose?
Obviously going through 36 countries, every country I was looking for something and I never really found what I was looking for. But until I found a job, giving back and seeing that change, that's what I found. I thought that was my purpose. And how can I go about it? How can I make this a full-time thing?
Wow. So how long ago was this when you did this?
So I left 7 years ago.
Okay.
And I recently got back last July.
Wow.
Yeah.
So coming back, how was that for you? Coming back from that life-changing trip?
It's totally different. Like when you're away from England for so long, like a lot of people grow up, a lot of people have children. Yeah, it's just like I just came back and just got stuck in with work and looking to save for my next project.
Okay, so my question to you then is, you said that a lot of your mates settled down, had kids, set up a family, but why was that never the thing for you to do in your early years, in your early 20s?
I don't know, when I took that one-way flight to India and seeing that manic chaos and seeing what life is about, like I was thinking, yeah, this is quite sick, like I want more of it.
Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, because a lot of people say this, they just say, oh yeah, I want to be rich, have a house with 2 kids, with a dog and all this stuff. What's your views on that?
Everyone's to their own. To be fair, like money comes and goes, but if I could have one thing, it would be to be comfortable with myself and still do what I like doing.
Okay, that's solid. Okay, so you said you wanted to make that your purpose. How did you go about then making your purpose?
So since being back from the UK, I've been obviously working, saving more money. I've come up with a challenge. It's a pretty intense challenge.
Yeah, go on, elaborate please. Yeah.
So yeah, I can honestly say I'm not a cyclist. I love travelling, and I was thinking like, okay, since I've worked for them non-profit organisations, where I found my purpose, I've really wanted to start my own non-profit organisation. So I was thinking like, how can I start this? Like, you need money, you need donors, you need sponsorships. So I thought, okay, like, set up an organisation called Belief Organisation Foundation. The word from belief comes in like you got to believe in yourself for once, for instance. So I've set up a non-profit organisation called Belief Organisation Foundation. So I've set that up, and now I've set a challenge up where I'm cycling from the UK to Indonesia. And I was looking for a company in the Philippines to do partnership with. I was searching for like months, and I'm not getting no responses. It really plays on your mind when you're emailing companies and no one replies to you. You feel like giving up, but then you got to believe in yourself. So, like from the non-profit organisation, you got to keep belief.
Fair. So why then? Why Indonesia?
So Indonesia's the furthest point of Asia.
Okay.
And obviously once I reach Indonesia, I will fly over to meet the organisation I'm partnered with. So obviously when I was searching for them organisations, I come across a company, well, not a company, but organisation called the Yellow Boat of Hope Foundation. I looked really, like, I read a lot about them, and they're doing really amazing things around remote communities of the Philippines. So about 10 years ago, they started building yellow boats for the kids to get to school. And on YouTube, if you click on Yellow Boat of Hope Foundation, they really built these school boats for the kids to get to school, because the kids was just swimming to school. It was just ruining their uniforms, their education books and stuff. So that's when I think, oh, okay, like now they've started building yellow boats, and then they've expanded as an organisation, and now they're building schools. So that's what really caught my eye. Not only that they're building yellow boats for the kids to get to school, now they're expanded as an organisation. Now they're actually building schools. So I've spoke to them. I've had many Zoom phone calls with them. A great organisation, a great team behind them. So yeah, I will fly to the Philippines, meet the organisation, and they're gonna locate me an area where I can actually build a school. So from cycling to Indonesia, that's project 1.
Okay.
With the money raised through that cycling journey, I will then fly to the Philippines and make that change and use that money raised to build a school personally with the volunteers of the school.
Fair. So I'm intrigued then. So you say, obviously, you said a statement. It was like loss and
Luxury and loss.
luxury and loss. So can you tell me of an example that really stuck out to you, where you saw someone with nothing that really inspired you?
So obviously when I went to build the schools in Nepal, like the community are high up in the mountains, end up becoming like family. So obviously once that project was closed and finished, I still had the contact. So like 2 years on, I'm like giving them a message on Facebook. I'm like, hey, you still up there? Like, hey, yeah, come up. So like I've always like kept in contact with the community. Okay. So I don't just go and build that school. Like I end up growing the family. So I'll keep going back. And it really opened my eyes one morning when I'm like, literally, I just woke up on a wooden, it's like a really thin bamboo mat on the floor, and like smoke coming through the floorboards, and then you open up and the clouds are like out of the house, and it's just that's totally different.
Wow. So can you tell me, like, because when you were there, I don't know about you, but I've been to Asia and around the world and to these remote communities, and I've always found that people are so much happier there, even though they have nothing, than compared to people here who have got arguably everything.
Yeah.
What's your views on that?
I totally agree. It's like, it's no matter where you're from, or no matter like how much you have in life, like everyone's equal.
Everyone's equal. So what are some differences then between what do you mean by that, by equal, by the way?
Equal, so we're all human beings. We all have the same blood. Obviously we share different religions, but we are human beings.
So, but why do you think they're happy then? Why do you think they're happier in the East?
I think it's like, if you grow up with no phones, no media, that's what you're drawn to. You know, like you don't know no different. And then you go to the western side of the world, and we have everything. And I think if we us as a Western people, if we got brought up with no laptops, no phones, would be as equal as people in Asia.
Okay, then, so cool. Coming back to the cycle then, you said you're not a cycler. No. You're not a cyclist. So why have you chosen to cycle then?
It's a challenge. It's like I used to do a lot of running.
Okay.
And I thought back, like it was about 8 years ago. I just went for a bike ride, and I completed like 50 miles. Obviously, I looked at my app and I was thinking, wow, it's been a whole day riding and I've done 50 miles. That was easy. So then obviously like thinking of like setting up this non-profit organisation, how can I raise money? So I was thinking, okay, buy a bike, like cycle, not like it's a sport I could potentially enjoy once I've got into it. And two, I'm obviously cycling through all these countries, so it's a part of what I love as well.
Okay. I mean, have you put any thought into how much prep this will take, though?
I have been training when I can, because obviously I'm working as well. So like fitting, working, self-funded project, because obviously from UK to Indonesia, I'm basically covering it all. Like I'm doing the self project, so I'm funding everything. So I'm trying to get more work days in and more training days.
Fair. No, that makes sense. That makes total sense. I mean, how is that balancing? So how much training are you doing a week?
So I'm cycling out every Sunday. Obviously not today because obviously we're on the show.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Nice. Grateful, man. So grateful.
But yeah, every Sunday I've been going out. Yeah, it's going alright, but I'll get up to 80 kilometres and my knees are screaming at me. So yeah, I've got to really have a think about this challenge. But yeah.
I mean, so yeah, I was gonna say, like we've said off camera before, but have you put any thought into like your nutrition side of things and stuff like that?
Well, it's because I've never cycled across the world, so I don't really know how much things are.
Yeah.
It could be really cheap, it could be really expensive. I know Europe's going to be quite pricey, especially if I'm going to want to eat out every day and stuff like that. So I've decided I'm going to like take loads of tins of tuna, mackerel, pasta, and I'm going to be camping every night. There's an app on your phone called Warm Showers. So there's a map and there's like loads of like dotted where people live and they take in other cyclists. So I'm probably going to try and use them once or twice a week to have a freshen up, have a shower. But yeah, I'm going to try and camp most of it because I enjoy just waking up, listening to the birds in the mornings, making the morning coffee and smelling the green grass. So yeah, I'm going to try and do as much camping as possible.
I get that. I mean, where would you charge all your stuff? Where are you going to charge your kit?
So I have solar panels on my bike. Before I go, I'm thinking about getting it's the front wheel on my bike. You can actually like get it portable. So every time the wheel spins, it's charging your USB. I've looked into it, but it's quite pricey.
I can imagine.
So yeah, I'm hesitating about that because obviously 300 quid's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am gonna probably buy just loads of solar panels and just go from there.
Hopefully. I mean, when do you set off?
Mid-October.
So hopefully there's enough sun.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, I'm leaving the wrong time of the year, but I'm super eager to go.
I mean, would you think about like leaving it another year, or are you eager to just get on with it?
I'm eager, yeah.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, I've organised everything with the organisation I partnered with, and yeah, I'm excited.
I hear it. I mean, yeah, because that was the intriguing part for me. I mean, on the nutrition side again. Like because it's how much calories you're burning. So if you're doing,
and I do like to eat a lot, but I just stay slim. I just grow tall, and I don't get fat.
Yeah, because you're quite a tall guy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So what? That's got to be. I mean, how much are you burning on a 50? You say 50 miles?
I'd say so. I was originally going to aim for 100 kilometers a day.
How many? What's that in miles?
That's about 63 miles.
Fair. That's like the Isle of Wight every day.
Yeah.
Fair.
You've done that, right?
Yeah. It's about six and a half.
Yeah.
8 hours with food.
Yeah.
With lunch.
I think if you have often breaks and you keep fueling up, like it's possible you could do 100 kilometers if you're not a cyclist.
Yeah, I
but
think
you
so.
do need to take breaks and you do need to refuel, because if you just keep cycling, you're just going to burn yourself out.
Yeah. Are you going to take like days off?
For the first 2 weeks, I'm not. I'm just gonna keep going, go forward. Yeah, I have to really put myself through the challenge, because it's gonna take at least 10 days to get used to my saddle.
Yeah. Word.
So I don't want to get on the road 5 days, have a break. I want to get stuck into it, feel the pain, and then say, okay, we need to have a break now.
Yeah. So what is the route then? I'm intrigued. Dude.
I've looked at a couple of routes. It's been changing because of the war has been happening. The visa's kind of like difficult. So my route at the moment, it stands with going from France to Belgium to Germany, down to Switzerland, through Italy, Croatia, Montenegro, Bulgaria, Greece, Albania, and then through Turkey.
Okay.
And then I'm going to be staying 2 months, around about 2 months in Turkey, because obviously I'll get a 3-month visa for Turkey. So I've worked out it's going to take me a whole month to get through the whole of Turkey to Georgia. So I'm going to basically, I found a hotel, they're building a hostel, which I thought, okay, like I can build, so have you got any place to stay for me? Can you give me free food? And they was like, oh, okay, can you send you a bit about yourself and what you do? And I was like, absolutely, we'll take you on. I was like, oh, Kushti. So
Nice.
yeah.
So from Turkey then, you're going to go obviously through Georgia, but do you know your route then?
So from Georgia, this is my new route up to date. From Georgia, I'm going to fly over to Kazakhstan.
Okay.
Because obviously from Azerbaijan to Kazakhstan, the land border's closed, so you could normally get a ferry. But that's obviously been closed since COVID. So I'm going to fly from Georgia to Kazakhstan, so from Kazakhstan to Uzbekistan, and then fly from Uzbekistan into India.
And then from India, you're going to...
Through India, I cycle up to Nepal, and then once I'm in Nepal, I'm going to have to then fly again because of Myanmar. It's a civil war. It's impossible to go through. If I could, I would. Then I'll fly over to Laos, and then that'd be my last thing of just cycling.
Wow. Jeez. Jeez. How long do you think it's going to take you?
I've estimated it's going to take me a year. So I leave in October, hoping to reach Philippines by December.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
It's
Wow.
gonna be an epic journey. It's either gonna make me or break me, but I think once I'm on the road, I'm not gonna be thinking about it. I'm just gonna keep enjoying going through new countries, one pedal at a time.
I think that's saving there. I think it seems in my head, not impossible, but it seems like one of those, it will break you, but in that process it will make you.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's no doubt. I mean, I did the Isle of Wight in a day.
It's not gonna be easy.
No, that was a tough feat. I was feeling that for a few days. And to do that every day, that's hats off there. I mean, you got to be eating. You become a machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I was cycling that, you was eating on the go, and you didn't. I don't think I went toilet for the whole day because you're just reusing that energy.
Yeah.
That's going to be intense. So where are we? So from here, we're from Portsmouth. Are you going to like Dover or?
No, so obviously I'm from Portsmouth. I want to leave from Portsmouth. I don't want to go all the way to Dover. I want to leave from my hometown.
Yeah. Word.
So I'm gonna get a ferry from Portsmouth over to Le Havre. In
Oh,
France.
okay, so you're going straight from... Oh, okay, I see.
So it's just direct straight across the water.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool, yeah. Because I don't know why, I thought in my head that you might have been cycling to Dover, then from Dover you might have been going, but... Fair.
Yeah. Well, no, I think I want to put myself through the first bit of challenge and go from Le Havre to Belgium, because that's quite a distance as it is.
It is.
I think it takes like 7 days just to get to Belgium.
Fair.
So...
Could have had the home crowd. We could have been like... Are you learning any languages?
No.
Okay.
No, I pick up, when I do travel, I do try and learn the basics. But my mind's like a sieve, I'll just forget. But if I was based in somewhere long enough, I think I'd pick it up.
Okay, interesting. So, fun question then. So what's your philosophy to life? Do you think about that a lot?
What do you mean philosophy?
Like, what's the mantra that you live by? Because to do all this crazy stuff, like, not crazy, but to travel around the world, to get one-way tickets, to setting up foundations and going, like, bootstrapping it, paying for it yourself, you've got to be a self-starter, you know? So
Yeah, I think with anything, if you want something, you put your mind to it, it can happen. And that's when belief comes involved. So you don't know until you don't try, and if it doesn't break you, it's gonna make you.
You say you're funding it yourself. Would you like a team on it, or do you want to do it solely by yourself?
To be honest, like it's reaching that goal, you know, like the fundraising side of things, like finding sponsors. I would happily put that on my t-shirt and do regular shouts out and stuff like that, because I don't personally want the money. I want that money to go into that fundraising. So I want to reach that goal and actually make that change at the end of the journey. So yeah, if anyone wants to sponsor me, I'm happy to put you on my t-shirts, do regular shouts out on the media pages. And yeah, I don't want the money personally. I want that to go straight into the GoFundMe.
I mean, what does money mean to you then?
Like I said, it comes and goes. It's nice when you have it, and it's nice when you don't. Because when you don't have it, you don't want it. Of course, it's nice to have money, but then you've got to earn it. You don't get money given to you, so
you don't.
You've got to work for it in this day and age.
You don't. So before you go, what kind of fundraising are you do before you go?
What? Sorry, what's that?
So what kind of fundraising activities and events are you doing? Are you doing any?
Well, I have 3 months. To be fair, like I've reached almost $350. I've not even left yet. It's just like I've created an intro video. I'm slowly putting it out there. People seeing it. So yeah, I've actually got some funding at the moment, and I've not even left yet. So
okay, interesting. Well, we're coming to a lovely close. So, to people who think about doing something but never do it, because you get a lot of those.
I think it's not they don't want to do it. They want to do it, but they don't know how. And with people who do it, they share it, but they don't share into details, you know, like with visas and how easy it is to get a visa, or how cheap it is to do it. So when I do my challenge, I'm gonna sort of change it, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna show you how to get the visas, show you how easy it is to stay somewhere, you know, like. So I'm gonna because I want to inspire people. Like if I can do it, you can do it. But this is how you do it. You know, I'm gonna give that platform out there and make that change for people who would want to do it.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, but why do you think then? That's interesting. Why don't you think people who have done it before actually disclose how to actually do it?
I think they're more interested in sharing their story, and they've not actually thought about it. Like, well, I've watched it, and I want to do it, but I don't know how.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm gonna make that change, because I would love, like, if I end up leaving from Portsmouth, because I've noticed there's not many people from the south of England I've heard of that cycled across the world. There's a few guys from the north. Sam, bike packing the world.
Okay.
He's just reached Australia. He's flying. He's now he's in the UK.
Wow.
And there's another guy called Jay Harvey's. His dad done it 40 years ago, so he's following his dad's footsteps, which is really interesting, because you see a picture of his dad 40 years ago in base camp in Nepal in the Himalayas, and then you see him 2025. Like, what a story!
What a story!
Yeah.
Wow. So, how important is leaving a legacy to you?
What do you mean by that?
So, like, obviously you're going to cycle around the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't do that and you're aiming to help people out who are in need. All of these things. You wouldn't just do that if you didn't care about making a change, if you will. So, how would you like to be remembered?
How would I? Well, obviously, like when you make that change for these remote communities, they're always going to remember you.
Yeah.
You've made a massive change to their life, and that's all I would like. To be fair, it's just to be remembered, you know. But like, I don't only want to go and build a school. I want to keep visiting every year and seeing how it's doing, and just see if they need any help in any other way.
Oh,
Sorry,
that's all right. No, that's interesting, because I know some projects that are building schools. Okay, so here's one for you. So, in a place where, like these remote towns, where they've never had this infrastructure, they've never had the education, they've never had the means to do anything, if you build something out of nowhere for people who've never had anything, how can you be sure that they'll use it in the way that you intend it for?
That's a good question. Because I think with when you go into these really remote communities, like, yeah, you can build a foundation, but you need that foundation to be used right. And that's when I think the organisations end up gathering teachers who come from, like, say there's like an island next door with a few teachers, they will make their way to that island on that yellow boat they build.
Oh, interesting. So that's how they source it, where with the yellow boat.
Yeah, so with the Yellow Boat Help Foundation, when they get to these remote communities in the Philippines, they use these yellow boats to bring over materials, bring over teachers. So not like there could be no teachers on one island, but they could be next door. So they will use that yellow boat to keep coming back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really interesting organisation.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we'll have to check them out. Okay, no, that was a burning question. I mean, with that then, interesting, yeah, because the lack of education is a real thing. So with you going back year on year, that's interesting. So is this just your final destination, if you will, or where's next for you?
So I've not been to the Philippines or Africa. So I'm gonna do this world cycle, and once I finish with the Philippines, I think I'll my next steps will be get to Africa.
Interesting. Any particular part of Africa?
Uganda and Kenya for a start off. But I would like to go over Africa and spend the whole year over there and just make that change. Live like a local, be with the locals, and see where it takes you.
It is changing a culture though, you know, and that's one thing that I'm really interested in and been trying to explore for the past few years. How do you go about changing an ingrained culture? How do you do that? You know, that's and how many years does that take?
Yeah.
You know, those are the big questions.
Yeah.
And you know, you're just one man. You know, even if you do get all these organisations behind you, what does it take?
Yeah.
So yeah, these are the questions that I have, probably rhetorical questions. Well, okay, cool. So yeah, how can we find you and how can people support?
So I have obviously my Instagram, When Travelling Becomes Home. I have another the non-profit organisation, Belief_Foundation. Belief_ Organisation Foundation. I had a think then. And yeah, hopefully I'm aiming to get a website in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, cool.
So just people can just take a picture of the QR code and come straight up.
Okay, I mean, have you got like a GoFundMe link? Or
So yeah, I have it's Give Butter, so it's in US dollars. It doesn't matter. You can obviously pay with an English bank card, and it just does the transaction.
Hey, was there a reason for using that particular one?
So with obviously the Philippines, it's right next to America,
so
they've obviously got partners there, so it helps them a lot more.
Okay, so some dollars, fair. Well, Lewis, that kind of brings us to a lovely wrap up on this part.
Yeah.
And no, man, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed listening to why you're doing this.
Thank you.
It'd be interesting to see, and yeah, man, hopefully we can catch up on some of your training sessions.
Yeah.
And yeah, see what it's all about.
Yeah,
that'd be cool, man. But all right, then, cool. We'll wrap up there, and then yeah, let's go into part 2.
Perfect.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
How long do you think it would take you to cycle from Portsmouth to Indonesia?
Oh God, probably I'd say like a year.
Solid year.
Yeah, a solid year. That won't be a quick journey, would it? So yeah.
What route would you take?
Go here to like maybe Dover ferry, Dover to like France, then you can do you can go through Europe, I guess, then Asia. I guess I don't know what route you would take, but maybe like that.
Far too long. Months, years, long time.
I get it. So what route would you take?
I guess you go through, you're going to get to Europe and then go through Europe, across Asia, through the steppe of Russia, and then down to Southeast Asia. Hopefully get there that way.
Indonesia.
I think it's the furthest point away from the UK. So I think the furthest east
Okay, so
point.
it's Papua. It's Papua,
Think
right?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By Papua New Guinea. I reckon that would probably take maybe a year, maybe just under a year, but something like that.
Interesting. What route would you take?
I don't know what the route is. You've got a problem around Iran. Can you go through China at the moment?
That's a good question. That is a good question.
Because you can't go, Iran and Iraq are all off limits. So you've got the Stans, you'd have to go through the Stans and then through China, across China through Laos into Thailand, Thailand down through Malaysia, and then Malaysia you can hop a ferry to Sumatra.
I reckon about 21 days.
21 days? Really?
Yeah.
That's quite rapid.
Is it?
Do you think?
Well, I don't know. It's a random choice. I'm trying to think how you have to use transport, boats, etc. But because it's not all cycling, is it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, well, he is. Apparently, he is cycling straight up bike from here to there.
Oh, that's 3 months then. There you go.
3
Is that
months.
better?
It wouldn't happen because I'd give up.
Probably.
That's crazy.
I don't know. A month?
Love that.
Mad respect though. That's crazy.
Yeah, definitely,
It is,
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I cycle from Emsworth to Eastney,
Yeah, that's far.
and that's an electric bike.
That's amazing.
10 years. I don't know if I'd make it.
It's a 14-hour flight.
Oh, Dave's gonna be cocky now.
It's a 14-hour flight, so half hour. Is it downhill?
I ain't got a clue. I'm gonna go
It's got to be a
more than that. 4
Five?
months.
months.
Yeah, 4
No, I'm
months.
thinking like a week.
No, more than
I'll be 8. 2 months I'm gonna go. My final answer, 2 months.
2 months, alright.
I'm gonna go.
Do you know the answer?
Nah, he's not done it
He
yet.
hasn't
He's going
done it
in
yet.
October.
But sure, just Google Map it.
I'm gonna go 6 weeks.
6 weeks. I think I've written here.
I'm going to go 2.5 months.